The Blue Jackets return home tonight to take on the New York Rangers, and for the first time in what seems like forever, they're coming into this game off a loss. Blue Jackets lost in Washington 2 nights ago, 5-0 to the Capitals. Their 16-game winning streak came to an end, but Jody, it's still a historic winning streak. Nobody's won 16 straight games in this league since 1992, 1993, and these players should be very proud of themselves.
No question. I mean, that's just been an unbelievable thing to be a part of. We're so proud of them. They're so proud of what they've done here to start this season. To watch this group and how tight-knit they are, they've played some great hockey and fun for us to watch, and I think tonight is going to be a fun one.
Well, it is time to go back to work, and Ryan Murray says the New York Rangers are a pretty good team to go back to work against.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. We know how good they are, and they play a fast game. They got a lot of talented players over there, so we just want to make sure that we're playing our game in our building, and it's not going to be a hard game to get up for. It's not going to be a hard game to get into, so we just want to really go out there and play well.
A sellout here at Nationwide Arena for the New York Rangers on a Saturday night in January. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it, Bob?
Yeah, I think everybody will take it, and the energy is going to be tremendous.
Well, and here's the thing. This Blue Jackets team now, they had 1 day off yesterday in between games. There's no time to mope. They've got to be ready tonight, and I love the test because if there's a playoff series and they win or they lose on the road, they've got to get back here and win. This is kind of like that.
Well, and speaking of playoffs, I know it's a long ways away, but the Blue Jackets sit only 3 points ahead of the New York Rangers in the Metropolitan Division, which puts even more emphasis on this game. Now, the power play didn't work for the Blue Jackets the other night. That's something that's been carrying them for the first couple of months of the season. Sam Gagner, who's a big part of the first power play unit, says they've got to get back on track.
Yeah, I think the power play has been a big part of our identity this year in terms of creating momentum even when we don't score, and that's something that's got to happen every night, and obviously we're not happy with the way things went the other night, and we got to make sure we get back to just being simple with it. I think when we get to our structure and make our reads, we're really successful, and that's the way it's got to be. So tonight's another important test for us.
Sam Gagner, fourth-line leader of this Columbus Blue Jackets, and that power play, much like the whole team tonight, look for them to respond at home against the New York Rangers.
Sergei Bobrovsky got pulled after starting against the Washington Capitals the other night. That doesn't happen very often, only the second time this year. He's not going to start tonight. Curtis McElhaney will get his turn. We've seen Curtis come up with some very big wins, and this will be another opportunity for him to get in the game and show what he can do.
The ultimate pro, Curtis McElhaney, waits for his turn, quietly does some hard work on the days when the team isn't even practicing, and he's done some exceptional performances, or it's had some, for the Blue Jackets the last few times he's been in. Tonight, Curtis is up for the challenge at home against these Rangers.
And I talked about the fact the Blue Jackets are just 3 points in front of the Rangers. They're also 3 in front of the Penguins. They are now only 5 ahead of the Washington Capitals. That game in Washington kicked off 4 straight games against the Metropolitan Division. The Flyers are going to be here tomorrow. This stretch is very important.
Crucial. And only 2 Metropolitan games during that streak the Blue Jackets played. Now is crucial time. 4-point games. They want to create separation from all those teams behind them and do it playing that same brand of hockey, really, Bob, which is the right way, attention to detail, 4 lines rolling out there.
Well, speaking of lines, the Blue Jackets have played teams that have had what seems to be one killer line going up against them every night, and tonight will be no different. The New York Rangers, Matt Zuccarello, Derek Stepan, Chris Kreider, watch out for this line.
Yeah, this line carries the weight as far as points. All 3 of these guys have reached the 30-point plateau here on this part of the season. Watch these guys there tonight. They're quick. They've got heavy speed. Make these guys defend in their own end.
And you know what will really help the Blue Jackets tonight to get back on track? You and the noise it has made in this building. That'll do it for the Rink Report. For Jody Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott. Enjoy the game.